Des armoires et encore des armoires. Qui est responsable ici? J'avais l'impression que c'était un département important, non? Où est la sécurité? Le département contient tous les objets connus qui ont produit des phénomènes dangereux ou mystérieux liés à l'arcane. Certains disent même qu'il contient chaque mystère arcanique résolu et non résolu, jamais enregistré. Et bien sûr, le plus grand mystère de tous les temps, la tempête, les défis toujours. Comme c'est le cas pour nous tous, il semble que chaque département sont désormais tournés vers l'étude de la tempête. Il y a peu de temps pour ces énigmes plus triviales. Je me demande comment va maman. Madame Z a dit qu'elle la surveillerait, mais toujours pas de nouvelles. Non, ressaisis-toi, Mathilda Boaniche. C'est ta maman, la plus grande mère de tous les temps. Qu'est-ce qui pourrait bien avoir mal tourné? Maintenant, sa fille la plus remarquable est en train d'accomplir une mission importante pour la Fondation. Contrairement à certains autres qui ont consacré leur temps précieux à des vacances au nom de réveiller les jeux d'Uluru. On espère tout de même qu'ils réussiront à rendre ces jeux aussi grandioses et sublimes qu'ils disent qu'il était dans le passé lointain, ou sinon...
Everything's fine here. Now on to the next row. Oh, this is one of my favorites.
What is it?
An excellent question, miss. See that serial number on it? AN003. A water sample from the Peilin River. Number 003. There are hundreds of thousands of samples, collections, and records here. But no matter who you ask, this particular one will always make their top list. Collected in a remote city in China, when the investigators arrived, they found that it had been isolated in time. All its inhabitants dressed and lived as if they were from the late Tang Dynasty. They were completely unaware of the state of the world beyond their lands, as if trapped in a time capsule from the forgotten past.
Oh. But how is that possible? Did no one ever leave the city? Not even to travel or do business?
You're a clever one, miss. Yes, it seems the investigators were confused too. In the end, they realized that an arcane skill was affecting the Peilin River. Sadly, it seems the arcane energy was dissipating by the time they arrived, and they weren't able to figure out its cause. This is the only sample they were able to recover. Laplace has been begging for access to it. They're eager to unravel the mystery.
Wow, that is indeed a most intriguing claim.
It's not just a claim, miss. It's real. Wait. Miss Mathilda Boaniche?
You've heard of me?
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't heard of the Boaniches and their star investigator daughter? Didn't you know that everyone's been talking about you since you joined the Foundation? Actually, my mother and I went to visit you. Oh, but I haven't introduced myself. Constance Scott. I'm a fellow graduate from SPDM. Of course, now, I'm just a record keeper here.
Actually, I've been looking for you as well, Miss Scott. Commissioner Pedra asked me to give this to you.
A letter? What's it about?
I couldn't say, but he had a most unpleasant look about him as he gave it to me. Then he asked me to review my report on the events in San Francisco. Are you alright? Your face has grown quite pale.
I'm fine. I just have a bad feeling I know what I'm about to read.
The investigation has been concluded. Unfortunately, their findings were exactly as we feared. The suspect must be apprehended ASAP, and all efforts must be made to retrieve this arcane object before either cause further trouble. You must leave immediately. Her last reported sighting was in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Sorry, could you say that again? Ji Ma Wu? And that means paper horse dance? Okay, I got it.
喂，老細，今日仲有冇燒肉啊？賣晒啦！今日切條叉燒，整到半隻白切雞啊！
Daddy, look! There's a dragon on the floor! That's totally cool!
Welcome to Chinatown. How do you like it?
Yes, it does give me a certain sense of nostalgia. Do you come here often, Miss Poitier?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, outside of work, it's been a while. 3 years or so.
Only once in 3 years? I don't think you can consider that often.
Yeah, well, it's a fun place for a day trip, sure. But things are different when you put on the uniform. Remember that private eye back at the hospital, Joe? You can get an impression about how people see the police around here from him.
You mean that the residents here don't cooperate with the Arcane Affairs Division?
Well, it's complicated. There's a lot of language and cultural barriers. Folks here just don't turn to the police to solve their problems. Even when they do, we feel like we have no idea where to start. The thing that surprised me the most was how arcanists of all kinds and humans live so closely together here. I guess it's the same in China, isn't it? I remember this one time, we had a call about a break-in. When we got there, it turned out the shopkeeper was a big white bird as tall as I am. And this other time, we're chasing down a lost puppet for some lame-ass puppeteer. Anyways, so I asked an old lady if she'd seen a doll nearby. You know what she said? Well, I don't know what she said, but she started going off about me being a Laowai. Now give me some credit. I might not speak Chinese, but I do know Laowai means foreigner. So excuse me? Like I'm American, baby. Born and raised.
Sorry.
That's not even the half of it. The thing is, I don't hate it here. Although I can't say I love Chinatown very much either. To be honest, most of us on the force haven't found a way to make inroads with the people here.
If that's the problem, why don't we try to understand things step by step? Maybe then we can start fresh? We're here anyway.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. If we're gonna get anywhere, then we'll have to start here. But we need to check another task off our list first. Should be right there, down the alley. Feeling excited, rookie? We're about to pay a visit to your favorite director, Noir.
Favorite? What? No. I just like the movies, that's all. I've got no specific feelings for the director. Maybe just a little. I am curious about the mind of the director behind such great movies. But this is strictly a police matter, so I will act with professional self-restraint. Actually, I've made a request with the Visuals Intelligence Branch for a file on Director Noah and any related events. We should get it soon.
You've got a file on her already? Feels like you're going a bit overboard, rookie. It wasn't actually the director that called us. Her assistant did. Later on, Noir herself contacted us and said the so-called threat was just a misunderstanding. Normally, we'd leave it at that. There's too much real crime out there to bother with a case where the victim doesn't think anything happened. Still, according to dispatch, the assistant was real spooked over it. The operator got the feeling we should give it a second look, so they kept the file open. But look, this is just a follow-up and an excuse to come down here. So keep your mind on the real mission.
Got it, ma'am.
It's been reassigned to the local precinct.
What's wrong? What does that mean?
Nothing, kid. It's just most of the force aren't trained to deal with arcane crimes. Don't get me wrong. They're good, capable officers, but I'm worried. If this was any other case, I'd keep my mouth shut. But come on, this is clearly our department. This case has Arcanum all over it. I don't think they know what they're getting into.
Miss Boydier, I have an idea. What if we...
We prioritize Noir's case, which just happens to put us in Chinatown, so there's no harm in asking a few questions about our other investigation. I knew there was a little rebel in you, Liang. You like to bend the rules, just not break them. Am I right?
Not too often. Actually, I think we're obliged to take Miss Noah's case seriously, even if it wouldn't help us with the other case. Please wait a minute. It's my communication device.
SPF-1 portable contact device activated. You've received a new message. Downloading attachment. Download complete. Please check your mailbox.
Message? What's it about?
It's from the intelligence department. They've found her records. Miss Noah is registered with a foundation. There might be something in her files that can provide us some clues. Wait, is this...
deuce is this? It's blocking the camera sightlines. Get it out of the way. When are we coming in? We've been waiting forever. I wish I brought a chair.
What's going on? Are they filming another movie? Do you see anyone famous?
Oh, is that today's lunch? Mind if I take a look? Not now? Alright, fine.
That's that odd person I saw at the hospital. She works for the foundation.
Who? You mean Camerahead over there? What do you mean by odd? You think she could be a fake?
No, she's a real foundation member. I checked her information as well when I inquired about Miss Noah's file. Her name is Latham, an awakened arcanist, currently working in the Arcanum Containment Department. I wasn't given any access to her details, but based on our encounter, we should have no problem with her.
Good. Fine. I'm happy enough leaving the Awakened to their quirkiness.
What do you mean she hasn't eaten yet? Director Noir's doctor was explicit that she's not allowed to skip any meals. Oh, hello, officers. How can I help you?
We received a call from a Lin Wang. Did you make a report about some unknown person making physical threats and stalking Miss Noir?
Yes, that's right. I'm Lin. But...
We did it! Abby, you're here!
Cut!
No. I'm afraid we'll have to roll that again.
I'm sorry, Director.
Not at all. I just want more emotion this time. She's your true love, but you have been apart for a long time. Things are different now. She is. You are. Your reunion must be more complex. It isn't simply happiness you feel. You must mix that emotion with worry and guilt. She doesn't know anything about what happened to you. You can't help but worry that she will never be able to understand you. You wonder if she has got herself into any troubles. I know this is a short scene, but the audience must see a full range of emotions. You are capable of more, so be more. I know you attended drama school, so let's see that training shine. I know you can do it.
Yes, Director! I will try my best!
Good. Let's roll it again.
Excuse me, Director Noir.
For someone that famous, you think I'd have known she uses a wheelchair. How you feeling? Finally getting a chance to meet your favorite director. Thrilled? What's with the long face, kid? Where'd all your excitement go? Oh, is it about the message you got?
Yes. It's just something that's bothering me.
Thanks for coming, officers. But I believe I've already explained that this was all just a misunderstanding. As you can see, I'm in perfect health. Well, ignoring these two.
But according to your assistant, there's been someone stalking you for months, and they've recently sent you a threatening letter. So what? That all just misunderstandings too?
I'm terribly sorry for inconveniencing you, officers. Lin is a very dedicated assistant, always looking out for me. She may have just overreacted to my situation. I don't mean to brag, but I've been in the limelight for long enough that I've seen my share of crazy fans. I'm used to it.
Sure, I get that. But about that letter you received, do you still have it?
I'm afraid I don't have it anymore. I received so many letters, most of them friendly, some of them not so much friendly. I've made a name in this industry, and a few enemies too. If I paid any attention to the negativity, it only dragged me down. I tend not to keep the bad ones around. While I'm sure you would do a fine job keeping me safe, officers, I can't let myself worry over it. Besides, what are they going to do? Break my kneecaps? Frankly, the only thing I am worried about is that your presence is another distraction for my crew. So, it's very much appreciated that you went out of your way to check in on me. But I have a movie to make. I can't disappoint my fans. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're burning daylight and I still have 4 more scenes to film. These Hollywood producers may have opened doors for me, but they also give me so many problems lately.
Is this really just because of a movie?
Pardon me?
You seem to be refusing our assistance because you've decided this threat is only a harmless prank. You've decided that it's worth the risk to focus on your film. I don't mean to judge your decision. It may be understandable in some cases. But if this threat is not just a prank, if it is serious...
Am I sensing disapproval?
There has been an increase in patients coming from Chinatown showing signs of mental instability. Their symptoms include confusion, amnesia, drowsiness, and volatile anger. None of the patients seem to have anything in common. No prior history, all without a clear cause. Does that sound familiar?
Sorry. Is this leading somewhere?
A case 8 years ago. He Rijun, the scriptwriter for your first big hit, Detective CO7. She burned to death in her own house. However, the cleaners found a fume reel in the debris, surprisingly intact after the fire. Strange, isn't it? Every other item was burnt to ash, yet this one 8mm reel was as good as new. The cleaners felt the same way, so, being curious, they played the reel
3 of the 5 who watched it ended up in an asylum. 1 jumped from a building, and the last, according to the reports, became like an empty shell of the person.
And what's happening here reminds you of that?
There are some commonalities between the cases. I can't ignore the possibility that they are related. 2 in particular stand out to me. The similar symptoms of those affected, and you. Hard to shake the thought that these are not coincidences.
What are the police still here for? Are we gonna get back to filming? Who knows? But it doesn't seem good. We are losing light here. Can these guys wrap it up already?
Is that an accusation?
No, not at all. I'm just hoping you might be able to shed some light on our case. After our initial investigation, we officially recorded it as an ominous Arcanum incident and determined that the cause was that 8mm film reel, which contained a film titled Reunion of the 3 Swallows. To this day, however, the exact nature of the Arcanum hasn't been conclusively determined. We still aren't sure why it has this strange effect on people's minds, nor why the damage appears to be irreversible. Perhaps more importantly, we still don't know the origin behind the Arcanum on the reel. There are many possible causes that might create such an effect. One of the most common thought is from absorbing powerful emotions from an arcanist. The darkest emotions possess the strongest power. Anger, hatred. Emotions so strong that they can outlast their bearer's death, like a curse from beyond the grave, carrying out their last will as an obsession. And in such cases, these objects are sure to lead to disaster. I believe that this film is, undoubtedly, one such cursed item. If it is the case that this film was involved in these new incidents, then we must find out what obsession it's carrying out and find a countermeasure.
I assume you're already on the case.
Indeed, I am, Miss Noah. I've been studying the report on the original case, including some of the theories of the original investigator. One of the theories suggests that, despite your collaboration on the CO7 series, there were many points of conflict between you and Miss He. In fact, the reports mention you had a violent quarrel with her on the day of the fire. There was even a question about whether you might have been responsible for her death. So, as you can see, I have more than a strong reason to believe you are connected. And if this cursed reel is behind these recent incidents, I'm afraid that you may be the intended target of this curse.
Hot damn, rookie. Who could have guessed the famous director would be a part of her own real-life thriller? After talking to her, we still got nothing useful to go on. I can't read anything behind that smiling face of hers. But if your little theory has got any truth to it, then Noir is in real danger. So why not talk? Isn't she worried about her own life?
是吗？原来对面杂货店那家的女儿也……
就是咯，最近都不知道搞什么，好多街坊家里都出了事。老卢家还算好嘞， 他带着女儿去看中医，抓了药，吃了一段时间就好了不少。但是对面街口马仔，他阿妈就麻烦了。那个阿婆原本就身体不好，忽然间又变得疯疯癫癫，他们两公婆都担心死了。之前都有个靓妹来问这件事，说什么事情不太对路。哎，我说呀，就是临近年关，那些污浊的东西都出来了。
您说还有人打听过这件事，那是什么人？
他说自己是什么新科学什么鬼事务所的，好像是个神婆，刚来到唐人街这一带的。他还给了我一张卡片，印得鬼马了个，不过不知道被我放到哪里去。
原来如此，多谢您。
So, any progress?
I have some bad news. First, there are more victims than we expected. Second, we're not the only ones who've noticed. We need to hurry if we don't want this case to attract wider attention.
Why don't we start with the director then? She seems like our best lead. I've got a hunch her case is connected with this one. Just like you said, there are too many coincidences to not dig deeper. That writer, what was it? Huh, Ridgewine? She's an arcanist, right? No surprise that she'd imbue that film with all of her final bits of hatred. I've seen a dozen cases like it. Curse objects are weird as heck. It's definitely possible that it could have chased Noir all the way here.
But there isn't any evidence that corroborates the rivalry between Miss Noah and Miss He.
Hold on. Didn't you read that in a report by another visual? Maybe it's only hearsay, but that's something. Not only that, get this. I did some digging of my own. The night that cleaner leaped off that roof was the exact same night that Noir was in the car accident that left her legs paralyzed. It gets freakier. According to the reports, they happened within minutes of each other. And the building was less than a block away from the scene of the accident. How's that for evidence? We've got a saying in the DAA, Cadet. When it comes to Arcanum, there's no such thing as coincidences.
Whether coincidence or not, it isn't much to go on. We need evidence.
Of course. We can't just leap to accusations without proof. But when it comes to arcane crime, you've got to follow your hunches. So keep your nose to the ground. I get you. This isn't just about evidence. You don't want to point the finger at someone you admire. But you've got to pursue this, even if that means you have to separate the artist from their work.
Actually, there is another reason that I'm not entirely convinced that Miss Noah, the film incident, and the events in Chinatown are connected. In fact, it's quite a substantial reason. If our records are correct, the cursed reel was found and contained by the Foundation 6 months after the initial incident. Which means, unless something has gone horribly wrong, it should still be safely stored within the Arcanum Containment Department.
Oops, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well. If I remember it right, you mentioned earlier that you saw someone from the Foundation acting suspicious yesterday.
Yes. Like the lady over there. She also works for the ACD.
Guess we'll have a talk with her.
I agree, Miss Baudier.
All right, I'll tell. But only to you, since you're a vigil, but she isn't, right? Sorry, I should really only disclose this info to other Foundation members. There's no one I would trust more than a vigil, Miss Liang. I'm here on a mission for the Foundation, and you might be able to help me with it.
September 1990, a female arcanist committed a serious assault and caused a number of casualties. She had appeared at an illegal gathering held by the Order of Enlightenment, a subordinate organization of Manes Vindictae. The Timekeeper encountered her and confirmed her identity. Anjo Nala, a Beyond Arcanist. Born sometime in the 19th century, she was sealed inside a wind-up toy in the year 1968. Since then, she has become a lethal weapon that must obey whoever possesses her toy. But back in 1985, I mean, the real 1985, that toy had been safely stored in an Arcanum containment department as a dangerous item.
Until it was stolen.
You were involved in that particular inventory check. There are 4 additional items that are now lost aside from number 066. The circumstances of the last storm and that devastating spell threw our whole organization into chaos. However, there's no excuse for failing to uphold our department's most crucial mission. Fortunately, it appears that our break-in was committed by a single culprit.
I heard what you and your partner just said. It's about all the weird things that happen in Chinatown, right? It was my mission to catch Latham and retrieve all the arcane objects she'd stolen before they caused more damage. But I guess it's already too late for that.
Then you're saying that...
Yes, the cursed reel from the incident you mentioned was among the stolen items. And you said that you have some clue about its current whereabouts? I was told to operate under strict secrecy. But at this point, the faster they're retrieved, the better. So, shall we work together? Our main suspect is Latham, an awakened arcanist. It's hard for me to believe she'd do this. We were colleagues and close friends. I used to call her Loggerhead because she's the most forgetful person I know. At first, I refused to believe she could do such a thing. I still don't understand why. She's not the kind to be greedy. But the Vigils investigated the theft thoroughly, and the Vigils are not the kind to make mistakes. You've been here a few days already, right? Have you had any word about where she might be?
Sorry, I haven't.
Oh, what a pity.
Have a good day.
What's the rush? I haven't even finished my noodles.
We can eat later, but we need to find Miss Latham, now.
Wait, hold on. I'm all for chasing down a crook. But why do I get the feeling you didn't tell your Foundation friend about your run-in with Latham? What's up? Why are you keeping her in the dark?
I think that something isn't right about her. I've been to the A City before. To most, it might seem defenseless, but it's actually heavily protected by arcane rituals. According to Miss Scott, Latham acted alone. But there's nothing in her file that would suggest she's capable of that. Her arcane skill level is frankly far from remarkable. Even with insider knowledge, I don't believe it's possible she could have bypassed the security system and escaped on her own. Either Miss Latham has played the Foundation for fools, or she has more powerful accomplices. That leads me to another thing. This mission is not something a typical Foundation staff member would be assigned to, as Miss Scott claimed to be. There's something we don't know.
You're saying that girl with glasses lied to you?
Maybe. Or that she was being lied to herself. There was another thing I found while searching through Miss Latham's files. Or rather, what I didn't find. There were no warnings or notices on her employee records.
You mean she's not actually wanted?
No, I don't think so. Miss Scott said that their department wanted to solve this problem in secret. So I thought that might explain the reason Miss Latham's warrant wasn't on her file. However, when I tried to access more of their records to double-check my findings, I ran into a block on Miss Scott's records.
Access denied. You do not have permission to view this information. If you need access, please contact your supervisor.
It could just be because I'm only a cadet. There are some files that I don't have access to yet. I contacted my supervisor, but I haven't heard anything back. I don't mean to distrust her, but I can't hold anyone above suspicion.
And what about me? You're putting a lot of trust in me, Liang. Is it really all right that you're telling me all this? A dangerous item stolen from the Foundation, and possibly an inside job at that. That's a scandal in the making. You could have just lied to me, make up some kind of story. It's not hard for a smart kid like you.
Why would I? We're partners, Miss Poitier. Hiding information from you wouldn't be right. You told me that yourself, didn't you?
Me?
Yes. The first day we were on duty together, you said you need to know what makes me tick.
I did, didn't I?
reconsidered it, and you're right. During my training as a vigil, our instructor emphasized many times that trusting our partner was of vital importance. And you, Miss Boitier, have proven to be capable, decisive, and compassionate. I have developed a deep respect for your work. We share the same goal, to discover the truth behind the incidents happening in Chinatown. I can't think of any reason why I shouldn't cooperate with you.
All right. Enough! I'm blushing already. Damn, girl. I didn't expect my meek little mouse to turn into this.
This what?
Forget it. You've made your point. Now stop it. But you kinda missed my point. I'm worrying that the Foundation is gonna punish you for leaking classified information. Won't you get in trouble?
Though I may be a vigil of the Foundation, before that, I am the descendant of the Liang family. I'm obliged to do all that is necessary to fulfill my destiny. And given the circumstances, I think providing all relevant information that might assist us in catching the thief and retrieving the threatening arcane objects is worth bending the rules. Just a little. Besides, I'm not under any orders to keep this a secret, so...
Cheeky, and you say you don't like bending the rules. I see you, boo. And I like it. Come on, let's work this out together, partner.
Which one is my room again? Oh, right. I wrote it down. Let me see. There it is. I almost went too far again. Now the key card. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Home sweet home. Oh, I'm exhausted.
Latham, right? It's been a while.
We have some questions for you. Please try to cooperate.
Show me what you got. Perfectly understood. I got something. Loading. Give this a taste. Keep calm. Faraday's miracle. Stay back, I say. That's what it's all about. Life or death battle and victory. Alright, fine. I'll tell you everything. It was me, okay? They said I stole those arcane objects and sold them for money. Well, maybe I did. Ouch!
What do you mean, maybe?
Because, actually, I can't remember it. I can't find my memory film for that time, so really, I just don't know.
Memory film.
So, to summarize what you just said, Latham, you're an awakened piece of a movie projector, which forms a Latham loop. You were designed to play movies, not record them, and that's why you suffer from severe amnesia. You can only recall things that happened within the last 3 days, and after that, you'll forget almost everything. Do I got that right?
I guess so.
You guess so? I can see why that friend of yours calls you Loggerhead. You deserve the name. What is going on here?
It's understandable. Awakened arcanists often suffer side effects related to their origins and materials, but still, this is quite unusual, to say the least. So, she has no memory of what happened 3 days ago, or even any of the cases she was involved in. So then, she's basically useless to our investigation. I can only imagine what a disaster it would be if you showed up in a Detective CO7 movie.
Hey, that's rude. How come I'm a disaster?
What do you think?
I've made a request for Miss Latham's detailed records, but I don't think she's lying. Back at the hospital, the best lie she could come up with was a hamster riding a stethoscope. I kind of doubt she's a master manipulator. Let me sort things out. Miss Loggerhead, you said you could record and save your memories using a special type of film developed by Laplace. Which means that even if you don't recall taking anything from the Arcanum Containment Department, your film should show whether you did or not. But the fact is, the films are gone. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I usually carry my most important memories with me and leave the others in my room. The Foundation staff checked the visitor log after the stuff was stolen. Turns out I was the only one who visited the office that day. So they sent people to my room and checked all my film, but they didn't find anything. Then they said they already had other evidence, so...
So they just declared Loggerhead guilty. But that doesn't make any sense to me. Something must be wrong.
So, when you found Miss Latham, you bought her a train ticket instead of putting her under arrest.
I know I've gone against orders, but I'm sure Loggerhead didn't do this. She's my friend. I can't just arrest her and have the Foundation lock her up. I'm sorry for keeping all of this from you, but you're a vigil. I had to be careful. So, if it's not crossing a line, Miss Liang, Miss Potier, can I ask you to keep this between us? You can report it after we find out who's really done this.
Could you, please?
We'll talk about that once we figure out what the hell's going on. Back to the case. You said she gave you a train ticket. What are you still doing here?
Actually, while I was on my way to the train station, a car on the other side of the street lost control and hit my cab. Thankfully, it crashed into the passenger seat where I was sitting. My metal's much stronger than human flesh.
That's right. There was a car accident yesterday morning. The driver suffered some kind of unknown mental abnormality while he was on the road. Maybe he's fallen victim too. What happened next?
I was sent to the hospital, and you showed up. I thought you were gonna arrest me, so I ran as fast as I could. I threw away my cell phone and contact device as soon as I left the Foundation. Scott said they could use them to track me down. I couldn't get a hold of anyone and didn't know what to do. And even though I don't know for sure, I really don't think I'm guilty. It's super weird to be on the run when you feel like you're innocent. So, I went back to Chinatown to ask Director Noir for help. She was the only one I could contact directly.
Noah, could you tell me how you got to know her?
Of course. Let me see. Walk of Fame, Walk of Fame. Okay, now I just need to turn left. Wait, which way is left again? It changes every time I turn, right? Gosh, how the heck do people read maps?
Are you alright? It seems you could use some help.
Noir stopped to help me. She was really interested in my head, so we had a little chat, and I found out she was a director. She offered to take me to the Walk of Fame. We talked a lot about movies on our way there. Then I told her I was traveling alone, so she invited me to join her movie shoot in Chinatown. How could I say no? I mean, she's a famous director. There's no way I'd miss a chance like that.
Interesting. That was the same day that odd things started happening in Chinatown.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Did anything strange happen that day?
Let me see. I did find a strange film reel when I was unpacking that night.
A strange film reel?
Wait, could that be...
Yeah, a strange film reel. I've gotten into the habit of labeling my films like check every day or check from time to time, so that I know what to watch to keep important things in my mind. I was gonna do a review that night, but when I looked through my film, there was a roll without a label on it. It couldn't have been mine because it was made of a different material. I was so curious about it, you know? So I played it.
What did you see?
It was a movie, I guess, but it was pretty short. More like a demo or a trailer or something. But it was so weird. Like a jumble of pictures and sounds. It didn't make any sense to me. I don't know, maybe it was a prank or something?
What's wrong?
The film, it's gone.
What?
I can't find it. It was right here in my bag.
Give it to me. Damn, first time I've seen a bag messier than my sister's. Do you ever organize your stuff? Nope, nothing. You didn't take it out and lose it somewhere, did you? Mistake it for a tip for your pizza guy or something.
I forget things, but I'm not an idiot. I didn't lose it. Check my film if you want to prove it. It just disappeared into thin air.
But your film only records what you saw. Someone might have taken it when you weren't looking. Does anyone else know about this film reel? Did you have any visitors or notice anything suspicious after you played it?
Suspicious? I don't think so. At least I didn't see anything. The only person who visited me afterwards was Scott. She came to tell me I was wanted by the Foundation. Oh, but actually I wasn't alone when I played it. Noir was with me. She said she was interested in my memories, so she came and... What's wrong?
So, it was Noir who took the film?
What are you... Ugh.
Sorry, Director. I'll try again.
Don't bother. Clearly, your martial arts skills are severely lacking. I don't want you to hit your head when you fall to the ground. Go. Take a break.
That was the last one, Director. There are far fewer stunt performers with martial arts experience here than in Hong Kong. Master Lau and his men will arrive in a few days. Perhaps we could shoot the scene then?
Nicholas is on a tight schedule. I doubt he'll change it. Let me see what I can do. Her again?
Oh, that young officer?
What do you want? Listen, I don't know what you are trying to do, but can't you just leave us alone? Sorry, ma'am. This is a closed set. If you don't have a warrant, please leave.
Guys, relax. Liang isn't as mean as she seems.
I must say, I didn't expect to see you so soon, officer. Is there something else you wanted to ask me? I think I made myself perfectly clear this morning. I know nothing about your case.
No, madam. I'm here to help.
Help with what?
Miss Latham mentioned that you are looking for a qualified stunt performer for your movie. I'd like to help with that, if you don't mind, as an apology.
You surprised me again. You mean to say that you're a stunt woman? Seriously? Thank you, officer. Well, judging by your uniform, you're from the Vigils Bureau, aren't you? I appreciate the gesture. It's true that we may be able to attract more viewers if we have a vigil on the cast list. But filmmaking isn't as easy as you think. Maybe I can fit you in next time.
I'm familiar with movies, especially yours. I'm actually a big fan. And I saw the performance just now. Not to be rude or anything, but I think I can handle the stunt. For the betterment of the movie. That's what Miss Latham said you were after. Is that right?
What? Does she even know what she's talking about?
That's some pretty big talk.
That's true. But are you certain that you'll make my movie better?
Yes.
Interesting. Since you insist, let's give it a try. Show me what a vigil can do. Excellent! Bravo! Exactly as you claimed. No, even better. Really spectacular work. A perfect take.
I'm flattered, Director.
Here, it's not open.
Thank you.
Didn't expect you to pull it off. That was a dangerous stunt. Scared the crap out of me. All right. So you did a good job one time. But let me tell you, it takes a lot more than that to win recognition in this industry.
You've really got to hone in on the dramatic scenes if you want to move out of the stunt woman box. You're good looking, and you took that scene pretty seriously. You interested in doing that? If you are, then I'll suggest you be a little more humble. There's always room for improvement, you know?
You're right. I'm sorry. But I'm not even a stunt woman, let alone an actress. This is all just a bit of fun for me.
Is that so? Oh, what a shame. I appreciate your sincerity, but I'd be even more appreciative if you were willing to do a few more scenes.
If it's just for a short time, I'd like to help in any way I can.
Fantastic! Follow me. We can have dinner and look at the script together. I have a few changes I want to make to the story. Trust me, the audience will be more than happy to hear a line or two from you.
Lines? Okay.
That's all. Well, have you memorized them?
Yes, every word. But aren't there too many?
She's got a point, Director. The investors might not approve them. They already told us not to change the script like we did in Hong Kong.
Relax, we've done this before. They never read the script anyway. Besides, I'm not exactly asking for a monologue here. It's only 3 lines, just what's needed to make the character complete.
I'll keep practicing until filming starts.
I look forward to your performance.
By the way, I saw some deity dolls and sedan chairs on the set. The Dushu Festival is coming up, right? Is the crew joining the Shehuo parade?
Those are our props. Our final scene is set at the Shehuo parade. I already spoke with the organizers in Chinatown. They've allowed us to shoot during it.
Really? The last CO7 movie ended with the Shehuo parade too.
Good memory. Looks like you meant it when you said you were a big fan.
So, did you find anything? You said that your beastie friend could detect things tainted with evil, right? So, did it sense anything wrong with the director?
No, but that doesn't mean...
Yes! I told you she'd never do that! Hey! She can hear you, you know?
I'd never do what?
Sorry, I don't like skirting around things. Can't we just ask her straight up?
Not really. If every criminal just confessed to their crimes, the vigils wouldn't exist. Actually, I didn't just come here to apologize. There's something I want to ask you about.
What is it?
It's about the strange things happening in Chinatown these days.
Wait, so all this was just to butter us up so you could investigate your case?
Sorry, madam, but it's my job. As I said, strange things have been happening in Chinatown. Things that bear a striking resemblance to the film incident that you were involved in 8 years ago, Miss Noah. The case document stated that the origin of these events is a film reel titled Reunion of the Three Swallows, a movie created by your friend, He Rijun. Miss Latham said you watched a film with her in her room a few days ago. Do you have any idea where that film reel is now?
That film reel.
Did you not know what it was?
I had no idea. That film we watched together. Well, to put it mildly, it had nothing of interest. It didn't seem to have any semblance of a story, even. It couldn't have been one of Teresa's.
Maybe the original content has been contaminated. According to the Foundation's records, the film reel has two abilities: play and record. The play ability allows it to conjure its contents into reality in a form similar to a movie image, which accounts for the hallucinations and phantoms the victims mentioned. The record ability captures the souls of those in the same effective range as play, and the victims lose a part of themselves, like their sanity or their memories. The case document doesn't mention anything about contamination, but my guess is that the souls recorded by the film have polluted the original content of the film.
Shame on them, whoever's behind this.
Wait, what are you talking about? Can you explain it to me simply, please?
Miss Noah didn't know that that film was a reunion of the Three Swallows, so naturally, she didn't take it. I think she's telling the truth.
Really? That's great news! Oh, right. The film's still missing, so it's not great news. But at least Noir wasn't up to something when she made friends with me, right? That's definitely good news for me. That means we're still friends, and friends help each other. Liang said that the film reel could cause some problems for you. Let me help you find it. I'll catch that thief and take the film back to the ACD. Then you'll be safe. I'll clear my name, and the problems in Chinatown will be solved. That's 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, right?
You know, Miss Latham, this is what I like about you. You always speak your mind. Our relationships are so complex, aren't they? That's what makes them so intriguing, captivating, really. A constant source of inspiration. But sometimes I feel that life is better kept simple. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Vigil?
Agreed. May I ask you another question?
Please.
The rumors about CO7, which ones are true?
I don't think a few old stories will help you solve the case.
It's not only for the case, but for my own curiosity. I wasn't lying when I said I was familiar with your works. I really like them. And this question matters a lot to me as a fan.
I see. In that case, I really don't think you should know the truth for your own good. I appreciate your love for my works, but it's not a good idea to dig too deep into what went on behind the scenes. Just enjoy the stories for what they are. Otherwise, the magic will be ruined. Well, I can tell you one thing that might interest you, though.